Let's take a look at our second problem type. You should know how to find x-intercepts. This is kind of college algebra information. Let's look at our first one. We got f of x is equal to x squared minus 49 over x squared minus 9x plus 2. And when you have a fraction and you're trying to find the x-intercept, you always plug 0 into the other variable. So we'll plug 0 in for y. But again, when you have a fraction equal to 0, and you're finding the x-intercept, it's real easy. You just set your top part equal to 0, and then solve it. And I could either factor this and solve it that way, or I can get the part that's squared by itself, and I'll go that route. So I'll take negative 49 on the left side, becomes a positive 49. Square root property says you drop off your squared and you put a plus or minus square root around the other side. And 7 times 7 is 49, so that gives us x is equal to plus or minus 7. If you want to write those in point form, that'd be a negative 70 or 70. Next one is f of x is equal to x square root of x squared minus 4. Again, to find the instructions are find the x-intercept. You always plug 0 into the other variable, so I'll plug 0 in for y. Now, from college algebra, we had the zero factor property, but actually, it's not limited to binomials or trinomials or whatever. If you have anything that's a product, we have this times this, and 0 on the other side. We set each one equal to 0. So I set x equal to 0, and square root of x squared minus 4 equal to 0. Now, of course, that's done. We could write it in point form if we wanted, 0, 0. Now this one, we square both sides, and we got x squared minus 4 squared equals 0 squared. So that gives us x squared minus 4 is equal to 0. I'm going to take the negative 4 over to the right side and it becomes a positive 4. The square root property. Drop our squared, put a plus or minus square root around the other side. And 2 times 2 gives you 4, so this becomes x is equal to plus or minus 2. And again, if you want to write it in point form, that's fine. It'd be negative 2, 0, and 2, 0. Now part C, I made up, so hopefully it doesn't come out nice. We got f of x is equal to x to the third minus 7x plus 2. And again, we always plug 0 into the other variable, so we're finding the x-intercept, so we'll plug 0 in for y. So we got 0 is equal x to the third minus 7x plus 2. Well, this doesn't factor, doesn't appear like there's any way we can solve it. You need to know how to use the intersect method on your calculator. So let me bring up the calculator here. And I'm going to go to y equals. And actually, let me fix my calculator. It's kind of screwed up from stats. Okay. Let me start over. Yours shouldn't be screwed up from stats. So that's why I didn't go over what I did there. But I'll press y equals, press clear to clear out whatever's in the line. And we're going to put x to the third. So x caret 3 minus 7x plus 2 on y1. And I want to down arrow and put 0 on y2. Okay. Have to have 0 on y2 or this process doesn't work. Now I'm going to do a second trace, and I'll choose number 5, intersect. Now our answers, our x-intercepts, is where it crosses the x-axis. So it looks like I have 3 places it crosses. So notice in the lower left-hand corner it says first curve, so I'm going to do enter on first curve. And then it says second curve, so I'll do enter on second curve. And for our guess, I'm going to input a number close to where our answer is. It looks like -3. So we put in -3 and press enter. And it comes back and gives us our first answer. X is equal to -2.78. I'll take it 2 decimal places. That's our first x-intercept. You could write it in point form if you want, -2.78 comma 0. Now next one looks like maybe a half or something like that, but let me do a second trace again. Choose intersect. Enter on first curve, enter on second curve, and let me put 0 in for the guess. We're just choosing an x value close to our answer. And this is x equals 0.29. And we got a third one. So let me do second trace and choose intersect. Enter, and I'll put in 3. And we get 2.49. Very little in real life actually comes out nice. You don't have this nice polynomial you can factor. And so using a tool to find out results like this is kind of essential. So it's pretty easy, as you can see, but in real life, this is what you come up with, nasty polynomials. And that's the last one of that. So let me go ahead and end that.